Hi, my name is Keith Sheely, and I want to talk to you about choosing the right case for your smartphone. There's basically three different categories that I have my smartphone cases: the lighter, the heavier, and the Super Duty cases. And so you'll have anywhere from super light plastic to a very hard case. So I want to talk to you about the differences between them. What I have here is a very small case. It's very light. And I also have another one here, which is just as light. Now, there's a little bit of difference between these two. I don't know if you can tell, but if you look at these, you will notice that this one here seems to be just a little bit wider. Let me demonstrate that for you. So if I take this case right here and I pop it in, and you look at it, you will notice that right here is a little bit of a color change. And when we look at this black edge of the case does not come up. You can see it right there, where it doesn't cover the edge of the glass. Now, I've dropped this a few times, and the ironic thing is, because of the weight on the phone in the case, it has still saved it. Even though it's hit it on this edge, it doesn't just flip and land straight on its face. It lands at an angle, and even when it lands at an angle, it has protected the case. So for minimal users, this is a great case. And if you tend to protect your phone as far as you're really careful with it, you'll find that this particular case is useful. And so this one's been dropped a few times on concrete, and it protected. Now, even in that process, the case itself did break, but it protected the phone, and that's the purpose of the case, is to protect the phone. And it did do that. So we'll set that one off to the side. Now, this one here, as you put it on, you'll notice that it protects the edge. So this right here, that is the edge of the case. Take that one off now. Now, you also have these type of cases here that offer the protection on the edge as well. So with these particular cases, this one is like super flimsy. It's also really cheap, just a few dollars worth. And then if I show you just how flimsy this one here, same pressure, and then I take you over to this one, do the same pressure. I mean, this one I can just move all the way to the side here without any difficulty, whereas this one I can't. So this one's a lot more firm and stays on the case quite well. It offers protection all the way around the cell phone. This one here is actually an Amazon Basics product, and I like this one here because it's minimal, shows off the beauty of the iPhone itself, and yet offers a great deal of protection. Now you can go to your specialty cases. This here's a specialty case. Now, when it comes to the protection on the edge here, there isn't really any protection on the front of the cell phone. But this is a specialty case. This one is specifically designed for a telephoto lens. And so now the ironic thing with this is I actually had this on my phone and I dropped it. And when I dropped it, it brought a little bit of damage right here. And it's kind of hard to see, but it actually cracked it. Even though it's cracked, I can still put the telephoto lens on it. And so it protected the phone. It landed right here and didn't damage the front of the phone. Dropped it on concrete. Wouldn't recommend it, if you know you're going to be in a rough environment or you tend to abuse your phones a lot. You wouldn't want to leave these cases on all the time. Again, this is just for taking pictures. I happen to drop it. Now, you can do your more specialty cases, the more heavy-duty user, and this particular case is the life-proof case. And it offers not only protection on the back and the sides and on the front corner of your case, but it also has a nice screen protector, protecting it not only from dust, but this particular case protecting it from the water as well. Now, you can also get a case like this. This is a knockoff here of the OtterBox, and so it's not exactly very pretty on the sides. You've got these little oval circles. where the outer portion of the case is actually a very soft rubber, and then you have the inside of the case that is a harder plastic, and you can just take this apart and you set your phone in it. Then once your phone is inside of it, you just stretch this up and around it. And so this is the cheap version, you know, where you're going to pay much less. And if you like cheap, as far as expense and as far as looks, these cheaper cases are just fine. If you're really wanting the nice look, you know, where everything is all streamlined and doesn't look all fitted together like a puzzle, then you can, you know, go with the nicer OtterBox, for example. And so, but as far as protection, these protect the case quite well. And the front sides, and it's quite thick, so as you can see here, the phone will sit right inside and protect it. If it drops straight down, it'll protect the face of it. So if it's like a pavement or concrete or what have you, it will protect it. Now, if you're in a graveled area, if you work construction, or you're just really rough on phones, always dropping them, and then, you know, it's this part right here wouldn't have quite the protection that you may want. But then there really isn't any other phone that would. So, heavy duty protection. Now, my favorite case, I like minimal, and I like maximum protection when it comes to the edges and the sides and even the front. And so if you look at this one here, you will notice that it's got this nice lip here. So if it does get dropped, it's going to protect it. Now, it doesn't offer the water proof, doesn't offer the dust protection on it, but then I don't need that for my particular phone. And so if you are really nice on your phones and you just want minimal protection, where you're putting it on surfaces that you don't want to scratch your phone, or surfaces that could the phone itself damage, you know, you can use these lighter cases right here. They'll do just fine. And if you really like the super soft, you're always switching your phone cases out, you know, these will work. However, when you put them in your pocket, you know, there is the tendency for this to catch and to somewhat come off, and it falls out of your jacket pocket or what have you. It might not protect it. And so that case, you know, it has its place. You've got your specialty cases. Realize that they're to fit a purpose other than ultimately giving protection, whereas this one is to take telephoto pictures. And then you have your waterproof cases. Protects all sides, relatively strong and durable. Definitely on the more expensive end. But of course, replacing your phone because you broke it will even be more expensive. And then of course here you've got ultimate protection. May not look very cool, but definitely will protect your phone. So there you have it, choosing the right case for your smartphone. And of course I demonstrated it with the iPhone, but in your particular case you can use the same principles for choosing the case that is right for you. Less expensive does not necessarily mean that it will not serve its purpose. Just make sure you don't go too cheap thinking that it will protect your entire phone, because it may not. Choose the case that you will use and that you like, and you can't go wrong. I'm Keith Sheely. I hope you liked this review of the various cases that you can get for your smartphone. Have a great day.